All right, co-host.
What up, Corey?
No, I'm here, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm here. I'm here ready. I'm here. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to do this?
You know what, people? We been trying to figure out for a few weeks now.
Yes, we have.
What the name of this particular show is going to be.
This craziness. What to call this craziness?
A lot of good suggestions came in, and I meant to go look at last week's post. I've been so busy getting ready for the party on Friday and redoing my place and everything. I didn't go. I forgot. Okay, I'm a shithead. I forgot. All right,
hey, but I'm sure we can remember a couple of at least the good ones that we liked.
The one that is the one.
I know I have my favorite, but
okay. Well, between us both, well, let me just say we thought of a name, so we're going to tell you after we name off some of our favorites, the ones that didn't make it, but the ones that were good.
Okay,
but the one I liked, I like the ones that had nothing to do with what we do
the
here.
Show, yeah.
Like the one that I liked the most was popping and locking with Corey and co-host.
that was pretty crazy.
Another was a lot of people. Well, we said that this show is centered mainly on email, so a lot of people sent titles in with email in there. One of the ones that I liked that did that was Rise of the Emails with co-host and his slave Corey. I like that one. I was going to choose that one at first.
That one?
I did like that one.
All right.
But I felt like it would be stroking your ego too much. So
yeah. Well, if you want to, somebody took everything I said and just turned it into titles. I wish here you keep going. I'm going to try to find that because I was like, did I say that? Because it sounded so crazy. Like the goat comment that we made. Somebody wanted to turn that into a comment.
Yeah, that's right. Because we said something about goats last week.
I'm a goat and I'm eating my own milk show.
That was it. Because last week we talked about the Alamo Draft House, and I said my favorite thing there was the goat cheese salad, and then we were talking about like cannibalism because we were talking about a goat being, and somebody turned in the title saying, I eat my own milk.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I like that title. I'm not going to change that.
I was like, that it's different.
Okay, there you go, people. The name of the show is I'm a Goat and I Eat My Own Milk with Corey and co-host.
There you go. That's the new show title.
Actually, that's the same one where somebody said, the title of this show that we chose came from that list because it was stuff that we were saying because somebody else said priority number one.
Priority number one.
Because last week we were saying
that's right.
Priority number one of this show is to entertain. That's priority number one. And somebody said, "Oh, I take priority number one."
No.
As a matter of fact, I think that same person has "What's up, co-host?"
There you go. Oh my god,
that was the name of the show.
That guy is a genius.
Hi, people.
Hi, people. Hello. That's the name of the show. Hello.
How are you?
Man, but no, it was pretty entertaining. People sending in all kinds of crap. Some guy kept on sending me the same list 5 times until I responded, or I just wrote, "Yeah, it's pretty funny. Keep it up." And
good for you.
Yeah.
I give you a virtual pat on the head.
He broke me.
I thought you were gonna say, "All right, man. God damn it, I get it." Okay,
shut the fuck up.
That's the new show right there.
There you go. That's it.
We don't like your stinking titles.
Yeah.
With Corey and co-host. Well, do you have some that you want to name now?
What is runner up? At least for me?
Yeah, for you.
Well, what was it? The Longest Show on Earth with Corey and co-host? That's the one I liked.
Which is true.
Yeah, I was laughing when I read that.
It's the longest show on Spill, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, we went almost 3 hours one night, man. We almost we were just like
that
15 minutes.
3 hours.
Yeah, we went 15 minutes shy of a 3-hour show one night. I think that was our first show.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
That was the one that was 2 hours and 45 minutes, and people said the dark. There you go.
It was the dark. Oh, what? Longer than the Dark Knight?
I could have watched the Dark Knight.
I could have watched the Dark Knight. There you go. That's an awesome title.
Now, do you want to tell people what the name of the show is?
The name of the show. All right, people, get ready.
Okay.
I wish we had a drum roll or something.
I know here. You ain't got no hands. I'll slap my knees. Yeah. Give me a Bob McFerrin drum roll.
The name of Corey and co-host show is now
Let's Do This! I know some people are like, what?
That's it? That's what they chose? Man, this show sucks.
Turn it off right now.
Wait, I like that title. This show sucks. Another great title.
Bravo.
We use them both. Yeah.
No, but I like that.
I like it too.
When I called you up and I said, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you called me and the way you said it made me laugh my ass off. And I was like, that's it. There we go.
Because every week you do that. I was like, hey, co-host, you ready? Like, let's do this.
Because I'm ready, Corey. I'm ready to do this.
There you go.
But hey, it works. I guess The kids out there like it. You like it. And whenever you like something, I'm like, well, all right, I can work with that.
You're like, I think this fucker's wrong.
Yeah,
but
okay, no. But no, it's a funny title.
It
works. It does. Yeah, because that's what we're doing. We're doing this.
Like every week we're doing this.
We're doing this. We're doing it
It's
right
self-explanatory.
now. Do this.
No, I figure it's kind of cheesy, but every week, because we do it anyway. It's like we open the show, we do a little blabbing, and a little talking back and forth, and then we right when we getting ready to get to the emails, like, all right, co-host, you ready to do some email? And you're like, yeah. Let's do this.
That's right. That's what I do. And it's funny because I would have never have thought that to be a title ever.
Well, that's how you work it, man. That's why we never figured out anything for weeks.
We don't. I know. We're like, I'm scratching my head. It's like email time, email zone.
You had something like in the zone.
In the zone, just hanging. You had the cool spot.
You had chilling out.
Chilling out. Yes.
You had some bad ones, man.
I had some horrible ones. And I didn't have any. And you didn't have a goddamn thing to say about anything. I was like, Corey, please help.
What was I going to do, man? I didn't.
Just chilling. Hang time.
I came up with a really bad one myself. Cooling out with Corey.
Oh my god!
Hey, that's why I say, man, if you leave it up to me, look, you can. It's like bands. You hear something for the name of a band, and you always say to yourself, man, that's a terrible name. But after a while, you get used to it.
You do.
Like that James Bond movie that's coming out right now. When they first heard it, they said, Quantum of Solace?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then now you're like, Quantum of Solace, man. I can't wait to see that movie.
No, well, I had to say that a couple of times because I'm like, how is anybody going to get a ticket trying to pronounce that name? You know, when they're at the box, Quantum of Physics. What the fuck is that? The new James Bond movie.
I have Kwanzaa with James Bond. But no, man, we could have named the show I'm a goat and I'm drinking my own milk. If we said that enough times, it would
catch on and it would be the greatest show on earth. Yes. Next to the longest show on earth.
Yeah, exactly. So I know some people rolling their eyes right now. I know Leon's out there. He's probably listening. He's like, oh man, these guys.
Leon.
But Leon's the type of dude, man. We did a project one time. He wanted to spend 2 weeks thinking of a title.
We don't got 2 weeks. We got 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's like, didn't even have a title. He's like, how about no. No. But what was it? No.
We can't use no as a title.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf already has it. That's his show. No. So,
wow.
All right. So
there you go. Yeah,
there you have it. All right. So before we get into some email here, look at what's going on this week.
Let's do this.
And not yet. See, now you're getting crazy with it. Look at. You're going to be saying this every 10 minutes. Hey, let's do this.
Yeah, you pointed at me, and I thought it was my cue to say, let's do this. I'm trying to work with you, Corey.
Every little thing, I'm going to be like, so now I'm looking at a news story, scratch my nose. I'm looking at a news story. Let's do this. No, God damn it, will you settle down?
I see you bat your eyelash. Let's do this. Man,
this is worse than being at an auction. Yeah,
this title's starting to suck. Oh, my
God. Somebody else, I think it was I Love Sugar out there. I Love Sugar or whatever. And she had a title, Drunkness or something.
Drunkness? What? That's the title?
I have you know this week that we both have water. I'm drinking water and you were cooling off your system with a nice mist.
Yes, I am. I need some
because we drink a lot.
Cooling off. Man. No, we do. And kids, you do plenty of drinking. And then that stuff, you start to see yourself getting bigger and bigger, and not in all the right places.
I know. What you trying to say about me, man? Huh? I'm not getting any bigger. That's my problem.
I think Corey's pregnant.
He ain't got no gut. I'm all right.
With Leon's baby.
I'm more attracted to Cyrus, but that's okay.
Crazy.
Talk about pregnant. That fat fuck. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That guy's a nice svelte weight right there. I'm kidding with him.
He has a great movie collection.
Yes, exactly. When I said fat, I meant fat movie collection.
Fat movie collection. P-H-A-T, brother.
Yeah, Cyrus is fat like his movie collection.
Yeah.
So first order of business here. Want to tell people less than a week before the party. I know about 5 people coming in from out of town, probably maybe a few more. I've run into some people around town who
are they staying at our place?
Man, there's one guy, and I don't want to say it because people will go into an uproar when they hear it. I do not want to say.
Okay,
I broke down, and one member asked. They said, "I'm coming into town. I paid for a ticket. I'm broke." and I would really appreciate if you let me crash at your place. I mean,
Damn.
he already bought the ticket.
I'm broke.
And this chick is fine. So, I'm going to let her stay. I'm kidding.
Really? Damn.
No.
Who could it be?
It's the guy, man. It's the guy.
I knew it.
And he's coming into, and I've already agreed. Look, another guy wrote me into picking him up from the airport. Renegade.
Oh, you're picking up Renegade?
Man, somehow I said I thought I said I was picking up Renegade to take him to the party.
Right.
I said I got to go that way anyway. I know the hotel you're going to be in. I'll scoop you and we'll go to the party. I heard third hand like, yeah, of course, picking me up from the airport. Like I'm gonna be in like a chauffeur out there with that cardboard. One for Renegade.
Renegade. You're gonna have his profile picture on that cardboard too. So you don't look too silly. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my three-piece suit on just to stand out there and look like a chauffeur for you, Renegade. So I don't know, Renegade. You need to let me know what's up, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing like Renegade's grocery shopping. You're going to be driving all around
exactly.
town. Corey, I'm hungry. What's the best place to eat around here, Corey? I'm assuming he talks like that.
I know he talks like Hannibal Lecter.
Take me to your favorite diner, Corey. Is there screaming in the diner? Do they scream? Try to run in there and save those chickens from getting deep fried?
Let me see. I'm looking up something here. Oh, that's who else is coming.
Who else is coming?
The Shining.
Shining?
Yeah. Dude from Compton, man.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, serious.
From Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real cool dude, though, man. I haven't talked to a lot of people for a while because I've been trying to hit my stride. With some new changes that have happened on the site. I've been like crazy busy, man. I'm so tired, but
good for you.
But we got The Shining is a cool guy, man. I talked to him a lot, especially when I was doing the call-in show. There will be another call-in show coming soon, people, by the way.
Can't wait for that one.
No, shut the fuck up. But The Shining, he said he's already got his ticket. He's coming into town. There's a couple other people, but The Shining, I want to say thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate that.
Are you just saying that because he's from Compton?
Yes, yes. Because I don't want to.
Please don't rub my.
I don't want to come here and see somebody dressed in red or blue. I don't remember what his affiliation is. I don't know if he's a Blood or a Crip, but
let's just assume he's a good guy because I don't want to get shot.
No, he's not. Man,
I don't want none of my stuff stolen, Corey.
See, this is why I feel bad. He knows I'm going to mess with him like this. He's actually a really smart guy. He knows a lot about movies. He's actually he wants to go into film production. I think he's in school for film.
Oh, really?
Right now. Yeah.
Good for him.
Real smart guy, man.
Yeah? I'll be the judge of that, Corey.
Okay, well then you'll get to meet him.
Awesome.
Now he might shoot you because everybody wants to shoot you.
I will be very respectful. But if he starts sounding like Silver Surfer, then forget about it. I'm going to town on his ass.
I know. I thought Silver might be trying to come in, but I don't think he's
talking about broke people. Yeah.
Oh, Silver, see, man, that's him. That's him talking about you. See, you
get a radio flyer and a paddle and get on the highway and do something with that.
You make a nun want to shoot you. So again, people, the party's going to be on Friday. I'm going to put up the video one more time to remind people. Mm-hmm. Remind your friends, co-hosts.
I will.
What you have.
I'll remind all two of them.
The party is this Saturday, the 18th.
Right.
And it's going to be at Mother Egan's. Look it up online. And the video will have the address in there too. Mm-hmm. It starts at 10 for the young folks. I mean, it starts at 10 for the young folks. 4 o'clock.
Children.
Ladies' night starts at 4 at my place. No, we're starting around 6 for all the young
kids
if they come in. We have
with their parents.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna have something going on at 6 o'clock. In case any youngsters want to come by, people under 21 who want to come by.
Yeah.
Because it's a bar and they can't really be that much responsible for it. And in fact, when it gets late, anybody who's under 21 will probably
have to go. We have to give them the boot.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it works out. It's hard to keep.
No. You'll see how it works out.
Especially
I'll be drinking.
Look, I mean, you can't stop these high schoolers from coming in who drive cars and whatnot. If they come in, we'll have to mark their hands, and we'll just have to watch.
Give them the big black X.
I'm mainly thinking about the people who can't drive, who are like 15 and younger. You got to show up with your parents. They can't come and drop you off.
I just don't know any kid that's going to be flying to Austin without their parents.
I'm talking about the people who are in town.
Oh, the kids who are in town?
That's what I mainly did this for, to see. It was a mixer for Austin people and anybody else who'd want to come to town. And that's how it turned out. It's sort of just a primer for another party we'll probably have in the summer. Well, I want to see how
summer? Are you sure about that, Corey? Don't go spouting off.
Yeah, no, I think we'll have one in the summer. See, this is just to see how word of mouth works.
Yeah.
Just to see how people come out. I don't expect this to be huge, but you never know.
Exactly.
You never know. So I'm expecting it to be kind of small.
All right. Well, hey,
see. But
as long as I got booze and broads, I'll be fine.
You will have neither, so you might as well not roll your ass up in there.
Well, I'll imagine it, all right?
All right. So now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into some email. Are you ready, co-host?
I'm ready, Corey.
Are you?
Let's do this! Jetpack launch. I don't know what that means.
I was thinking, what does that reference? And I was like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
References my jetpack.
You don't have a jetpack.
I will someday once you guys decide to fucking pay me.
Take it back down to Mexico. See if we can get that put on you. Damn, I lost my
oh, come on, Corey. Professional.
All right.
We
got some email here.
Read it to me, Corey.
Oh,
it's a new title. Okay. New show title.
Read it to me.
Read it to me, Corey.
Damn, that kind of has a ring to it.
You know what? I told you, man. Everything that comes out of my mouth is gold.
Oh, shut up. And
somebody's where's the contract? You got
gold coated bullshit is what it is. Okay. All right. Our first email here.
Yes, Corey. First email.
It's from Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis? The Huey Lewis?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not the same.
I hate these members with these fake names.
and really, would you?
Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba.
And it's like they're like rappers. They change their name so they can't be sued. Yeah. And really, would you want to hear from the original Huey Lewis anyway? I mean,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
What's
got
wrong
a
with
brand
that?
new email. What it does me.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him how he made all those awesome videos. They were the best. They don't make them like that anymore, Corey.
And then we have an email after that from Hall and Oates.
What? The Hall and Oates?
No, not the Hall and Oates. No, this one is like HAUL.
Oh my God, I got like a list of questions.
OTES. Hall and Oates. No, this Huey Lewis. I tell you, like rappers, man. The original Huey Lewis was like HUEY, and this one is HEWYLEWIS.
I blame the school system. I blame the schools.
So, Huey Lewis has this to say. Let me pick up right here.
What does he have to say, Corey?
He says, with all the computer animated films out there being produced by lesser known animation companies, making them look really less detailed, it makes me miss the old 2D animation days. The only companies that make really good 3D animated films are Blue Sky, DreamWorks, and Pixar. But, however, here therefore,
okay,
I'm adding these words, but
okay.
On the other hand,
get on with it, Corey.
Since Disney will release a 2D film next year,
oh really?
The Princess and the Frog. I thought it was called The Frog, but okay, Princess. I will take that right now. The Princess and the Frog. It made me wonder, will other studios go back to traditional animation if this film is successful? Or will Disney go back and remake the old movies in 3D? Remake old movies? Okay.
I don't know about that. I hope not.
I think that would be a terrible thing if Disney... Yeah. Let's answer that question, first of all. We're talking about... Now, if we're going to talk about old school Disney, I mean, I'm talking about going back to where it first began. I'm talking about Snow White,
Fox and the Hound.
No, not well. That's later on, but we're talking about Snow White is the first first full length featured animated film, by the way, ever. And then you had things like Pinocchio, Cinderella. And then later on, Fantasia, Fox. I mean, Lady and the Tramp. I mean, we're going through all like some of the old 101 Dalmatians, and those are later on in the '60s. But look, I mean, if they decide to go back and remake a lot of these Disney movies, these really old classic Disney movies with 3D,
I don't think people are going to buy
it. You can't capture what those old guys did with those films back in the day. So
not at all.
I think even Disney, as money hungry as they are, will realize that. Now, what Disney, Peter Pan is another one. What Disney has been doing lately is taking characters and putting them in 3D, but they've been making them straight to DVD releases.
Right.
They recently just had Tinkerbell come out with a DVD, hanging out with all of her fairy friends.
What?
They got all these different fairies. Like they have a Native American looking fairy, I think. They have
give me a break.
different water fairies and whatnot. I haven't watched it, so I might be full of shit here.
How the hell do you know this?
Because I get new press releases.
Did you get this
I'm
in
an
the
insider.
mail?
I have stock in Disney. I need to keep up with these things. No, Disney and then Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh man, they've done a lot of things with Winnie the Pooh over the years. They had children's shows with Dumbo. Dumbo's another great movie.
Yeah.
They have taken some of the old properties and put them like not straight to theater,
right?
But like television and DVD releases. Right. Dumbo had a show back in the day called Dumbo Circus, where it was people dressed up as Dumbo and a few other characters that they made for that show.
Yeah,
and they were dressed in costumes. Some of it was looked like animatronic stuff too, and they put them on a blue screen background. And recently, what they've done is they've taken Winnie the Pooh and done a 3D project with them.
Like, what, is this another straight to video?
Yeah, I think, and maybe a television show. I'm not sure.
Well, it's like they've always been doing Winnie the Pooh on Disney Channel. I mean, it's always there in some form or another.
When Disney got into television, everybody was kind of raising a ruckus about, oh, you're supposed to be the guys who said we will never compromise when it comes to classical traditional animation, nothing less than full animation. And then they went and made a Winnie the Pooh Saturday morning TV show.
Oh yeah.
Disney also put the name behind the Gummy Bears and the Wuzzles. You remember these shows?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to forget.
Yeah, and everybody was like, I like the Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears.
You keep singing that.
Everywhere,
all right, Corey.
and everywhere.
All right, you have fun with that. Yeah, I'm leaving.
You love that.
No, I don't. I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest.
But Disney went off and made DuckTales, which was a television show.
DuckTales.
Woo! And then they made
Goof Troop.
The Goof Troop, yeah, Goof Troop. They even took Baloo the bear. Now this is the one that confused me. Do you remember Baloo in the Jungle Book hanging out with Mowgli, and it was a story about a boy who went to the jungle and talked to all these animals. Now they took Baloo. And they made, I forgot the name of the show. He was a regular bear in the movie. In the show, they made him a pilot who flew a plane and had like a service where he was a delivery guy.
Yeah.
And there was all these talking animals and all of a sudden they weren't just animals who talked to a boy. They were all anthropomorphic animals. They wore suits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
right. Yeah.
You remember I remember seeing an episode and I was like, is that the guy from the Jungle Book or is that like his cousin? What's going on here? And I immediately turned the channel to something cool.
Yeah. Now DuckTales, they did have a DuckTales movie. But that was taken from a lot of the old Scrooge McDuck comics and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not the movie itself, but the whole concept of like, this is a series.
And his nephews.
Yeah, and his nephews. So we can make a movie out of this and it's okay. But if they try to do something different with a lot of the big classic movies and make it theatrical release.
Well, the thing is, it's not going to happen because those movies are staples. I mean, you can still find coloring books based on all that. You look at the covers and it's still using all that old 2D animation because that's what kids are familiar with. I mean, I think a lot of parents ingrain those images in their kids, heads, and they're just so familiar with it to change it, it wouldn't be the same.
But who knows what shenanigans might go on with straight to DVD.
Yeah, I'm not saying it'll never happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying right now, I don't think anybody really wants that. So.
Yeah, and nobody wants that. And like I said, there's a chance that they might decide to make some 3D TV show for the Disney Channel, or they might try to make some 3D animated film.
Oh, they probably will. But you know what? Like, who cares? That stuff is so flighty. Yeah. I mean, the kids watching now, they grow up and they forget about it. Yeah, and
there have been some things that Disney have done that I like that like were kind of cheap, but I thought it was kind of cool. They had a show called House of Mouse, where Mickey Mouse ran a club,
House of Mouse,
and all the villains and heroes and Disney icons hung out at this club at night, and they would all party and rave and what. No, it was like a dinner.
Were they taking X? What was it?
Yeah, Minnie's out there. I gotta take my top off. I love everybody.
All right. Oh, you. Take it off. Oh, you. Hey, Donald. I'll suck your cock.
That would be awesome. What?
No, what? Okay. So now to answer the other question, will Disney, will things go back to maybe 2D animation?
It depends. I mean, honestly, I think it depends on the success of that movie.
It depends on the project too,
and the cost of it. I think 2D animation is pretty expensive to do still. I mean, if you tried to do it now, I mean,
Well,
I would imagine it'd be just as expensive as, apparently it was getting to where 3D seemed to open up a little bit more doors with the technology. And now it seems like, to me at least, I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of the 3D animation now is a lot cheaper, and that's why you're getting these cheaper products as far as these studios releasing these 3D cheap features now.
I think it depends again on the project. I mean, I think there's a fallacy, and I've read something on this. Now I don't remember if this is true or not, so don't even quote me on this. As per last week, we know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I think there's a fallacy out there that says 3D animation is cheaper than 2D. It all balances out. It's just like when people say video is cheaper to shoot than film. No, in the long run, things balance out. There's always an extra cost there. I mean, and in fact, it might be probably a little bit cheaper to do 2D. You
think so? Well, I mean, you think about the people that were doing those 2D animation drawings. I mean, there was a big workforce. I mean, they were sending. I mean, you got to think about they're sending off cells to different parts of the country. I mean, all that starts to add.
Well, that's the deal right now. For years now, animation has been produced where they've totally dismissed the process of cells. I mean, I think it's still there for people who want to do it.
Right.
You have some purists out there who want to do that. I don't know why, but right now you have. Your drawings can be colored in the computer, can be tested in the computer. It's not like in the old days when Disney was doing it, where it was. I don't even know how they did it. It seems like by today's standards, it seems like an impossible process.
I'm sure if you looked up YouTube and the way they used to do it, I mean, it's crazy. Where there was one guy, going back and forth with this piece of paper, drawing hands back and forth, and to me, that's crazy. You think about that now,
but
how did anything get done back then? But I guess a lot of these movies. I mean, do you know the time span as far as making like a Disney film?
It still takes about a couple of years to make a good 3D movie. I mean, think about Pixar's movies; they don't turn those things out in a year. I mean, they've been working on those things for a couple of years.
Yeah,
but where you have something like the paint process and with 2D animation, I mean, you have to have render farms and computers and storage space for all the 3D stuff that you do. So there's a cost, a give and take with cost there somewhere, because you have to have all these computers to render that 3D animation out. So it just depends on your project, really. I mean, whenever a new technology comes about, everybody wants to say the old technology is dead or the old way of doing things are dead. When videos start coming out, and Robert Rodriguez was quoted as saying, I was there at a screening of Spy Kids, and he came out, and I was at another panel that he was at where they were talking about video, the new technology that's coming up in film. Now, this is back when Spy Kids came out.
Right.
And Robert Rodriguez said, film is dead. And now, how many years ago did Spy Kids come out? And they still, I mean, right now people are shooting on high definition, and Robert Rodriguez does it great. I mean, he'll shoot something, and there's time.
He does it great sometimes. I mean, he's done some utter crap with.
Well, I'm talking about as far as the look. I mean, you get it out there. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't.
I don't
With
know.
Spy Kids movies, you can tell
more
than something
Spy
like
Kids, and I never saw the Lava Shark Boy, Lava Girl. I saw a clip of that and it looked terrible, to be honest.
Well, on the big screen, you can tell a little bit, but like with Sin City, I really didn't know. When I saw
Sin City, had its own look. It wasn't Spy Kids, and it wasn't the Shark Boy, Lava Girl.
No, but I'm also thinking about Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah, that film is much. It's not a great film by any means. At least I don't think so.
I don't think so
either.
But
when they did I watched the behind the scenes, and I was pretty blown away by half the stuff that you just assume was practical, and you find out like half of it's all like computer. I mean, that's where honestly, that guy Robert Rodriguez, he should be more of a special effects guy. To be honest, I mean,